In history, an intriguing tale unfolds, one of commerce, culture, and shared influences between the Indus Valley and Mesopotamia. Archaeological discoveries have unveiled a thriving trade relationship between these two ancient civilizations. In the cuneiform tablets of Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley was referred to as Meliwa. These tablets shed light on the commodities flowing between these regions, precious gemstones like lapis lazuli and carnelian, as well as marine shells sourced from the Indian Ocean. The merchants of this era embarked on voyages across the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean and traversed the Iranian plateau by land. The influence of Mesopotamia on the Indus Valley culture is discernible, particularly in the use of seals. Indus Valley seals were adorned with depictions of human figures and animals, including bulls and goats, likely serving as totems for families or lineages. Short inscriptions on these seals are believed to represent names, titles, or occupations. To denote ownership of goods, merchants would press the seal onto the soft clay covering the mouths of jars or vessels or onto clay tags affixed to sacks of grain. A similar practice occurred in contemporary Mesopotamia, where cylindrical seals were rolled to leave impressions. Remarkably, archaeologists have discovered Indus Valley seals in ancient Sumerian cities like Ur. The script found on many of these seals remains a puzzle, as scholars have yet to decipher it. This script appears to consist of phonograms, symbols representing syllabic sounds, and comprises around 400 such signs. Some experts speculate that the language inscribed in this script may be related to the Dravidian languages still spoken in southern India today, or possibly similar to the script developed by the Elamites in southwestern Iran. However, unlike the prolific clay tablets and papyrus rolls found in Mesopotamia and Egypt, there is a scarcity of such written records in the Indus Valley. Bronze technology likely entered the Indus River Valley during the 3rd millennium BCE, primarily through trade with Mesopotamia. It's even conceivable that Indus Valley merchants exported tin from Afghanistan to Mesopotamia, where it was highly sought after for bronze production. Yet, despite the evident influences and extensive trading connections with Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley Civilization nurtured its own distinct culture. Their unique religious practices may have cast a profound influence on later Indian cultures. For instance, clay figurines discovered in the Indus Valley depict deities, often likened to the Hindu goddess Durga, consort of the god Shiva, due to their feminine attributes. Some seals portray a horned, three-faced figure surrounded by animals, bearing a striking resemblance to the Hindu deity Shiva, often represented as the lord of the animals. Furthermore, archaeologists have uncovered stones molded into shapes resembling lingams and yonis, symbolic representations of male and female sexual organs tied to the worship of Shiva. The burial practices of the Indus Valley people reveal belief in an afterlife, as they interred their deceased with modest grave goods such as clay pots. However, unlike Mesopotamia or Egypt, there is no evidence of grand temples or monumental tombs like the pyramids of Egypt or the royal sepulchres of Ur in Mesopotamia. Thus, the ancient exchange of goods, ideas, and cultural elements between the Indus Valley and Mesopotamia paints a vivid tapestry of early human interaction and sets the stage for the rich tapestry of Indian civilization that would follow. As the centuries flowed by, the Indus Valley Civilization, which once thrived through vibrant trade and unique cultural developments, found itself at a crossroads. Historians often speculate about the factors that led to the eventual decline of this magnificent civilization. One of the most intriguing pieces of evidence is a seal from Mohenjo-Daro, dating back to 2600 to 1900 BCE. It portrays a seated figure with three faces, surrounded by animals. Fast forward to the 6th century CE, and we find a portrayal of Shiva, a prominent Hindu god, in the Elephanta caves of western India. Remarkably, this later depiction also shows Shiva seated with three faces, encircled by animals. The artisans of the Indus Valley were masters of their craft, creating sculptures in clay, stone, and bronze. Among their remarkable works, a stone sculpture from Mohenjo-Daro stands out, a serene, bearded man, possibly a priest or community leader. Another striking artifact is a tiny bronze figure believed to represent a young dancing woman. Her ornate bracelets and necklaces suggest a society where artisans crafted such adornments, likely signifying high social status. These artisans also left their artistic mark on pottery and seals, influencing neighboring cultures across a vast region, from the upper Ganges River Valley in northwestern India to Baluchistan in western Pakistan and southeastern Iran. Traders from the Indus Valley actively exchanged these wares in these regions. In the absence of coinage, they relied on a common system of stone cubical weights to assess goods in barter-based commercial exchanges. Moreover, these weights may have been used by Indus Valley cities to evaluate taxes in kind, which they collected for their granaries. Around 1800 BCE, the prosperous trade between the Indus Valley and Mesopotamia gradually came to a halt. Over the following 4 centuries, the cities of the Indus River Valley faced depopulation and decline, potentially occurring in stages. What caused this decline remains shrouded in mystery. One prevailing theory is that it was linked to regional climate shifts. Around 2000 BCE, the course of the Indus River dramatically changed, resulting in dried riverbeds where cities once stood. Alterations in monsoon patterns, governing seasonal winds and rainfall, may have triggered these environmental transformations. Without a reliable source of water for drinking and irrigation, these cities suffered dwindling populations. Another theory posits that centuries of environmental degradation, induced by urbanization and population growth, rendered the land unfit for human habitation. Additionally, some propose that tectonic activity may have altered river courses or that epidemic diseases swept through the population. For many years, a widely accepted belief was that the decline of the Indus Valley Civilization resulted from a violent conquest by Indo-European-speaking Aryans. These Sanskrit-speaking nomadic pastoralists, who herded cattle and horses, began migrating from the Eurasian steppe around 3500 BCE. Some Aryans moved into the Indian subcontinent, eventually spreading into Pakistan and India. The Aryan invasion theory draws from Indo-European religious texts like the Rig Veda, composed sometime between 1500 and 1000 BCE in northwestern India. While these texts predominantly discuss religious themes, they also mention the Aryans' arrival and their attacks on walled cities and forts of the indigenous population. While some scholars contend that these passages describe the conquest of Mohenjo-Daro, others argue that they might have been developed centuries after the Indus Valley Civilization's fall and are unrelated to it. Nevertheless, archaeological evidence suggests that Mohenjo-Daro faced an attack around 1500 BCE and suffered significant destruction, lending credibility to these claims. In the end, the precise cause of the Indus Valley Civilization's collapse remains a mystery. Multiple factors, such as environmental degradation, climate change, disease, and even Aryan invasions, may have played a role. Regardless of the exact catalyst, around 1500 BCE, the social and political structures crumbled, and the sophisticated culture of the Indus Valley Civilization faded away. The architectural wonders, advanced metalworking, and unique writing system that once characterized this civilization were left behind, silent witnesses to an era long past.